Hello, Infused Transitions, and I hope this finds all of you doing amazing and doing well. We are going to be jumping in. If you're new here and you'd like to know more information about how I read or me, you can find that information in the description box below. For those of you returning, you guys, thank you so much for your continued support. I really do appreciate you guys being here. And we are just going to jump in. These are the decks that I have out for, that I was, guided to pull for today. I don't know if we're going to use all of them. Some of them, I guess we will see what comes forward. And again, for those of you who are returning, sometimes I end up pulling in ones that I didn't have out in the first place. So doing an open reading, and we're just going to jump right in. So let's see, what deck are we going to utilize first? Okay. All decks have been pre-shuffled. I do like to shuffle on camera just so that you guys can see that they are shuffled. If I can get a hold of them. Oy. All right. Here we go. Wow. They didn't even give us much time, did they? I like it when it comes out like that. Okay, we have Heavenly Signs. This is one of my favorite cards in this deck. I'll show you in just a second. It's the colors, it's the butterfly itself, and the fact that it's on the dandelion things. And it always makes me think of that. I think it was a children's book, but the image and the saying that became popular, I don't know, quite a while back, was "I wish you more." And that's always what it makes me think of. I love this card. I just think it's very beautiful. So for each and every one of you, I wish you more. So we have Heavenly Signs and we have Emotions. Heavenly Signs and Emotions. So for some of you, maybe you have been going through some sort of emotional time. Maybe you've been missing someone who is already transitioned to something else. Maybe some of you are just going through other challenges and you're feeling quite emotional about things, but you are getting signs. Signs can be anything that make you think of this, that, or the other, right? Because everybody's different. But we do frequently have the common ones that are referred to, I guess I should say, are things like finding feathers, finding coins. I'm sorry, I know there's more, but my mind just went blank. Butterflies, definitely. But they could be anything, because it's more about what does that make you think of, and what that is for you. For those of you who know me, there's times that I find things on my walks that it's like clearly meant for me to pick up and bring home with me. And, it's, to me, those are signs. Oh, okay. We're seeing this deck. All right. In case we need them, I also do have several different tarot decks over here that are usually on my table ready to go. So we'll see what comes up. We'll see how they want us to move forward. All right, what else do we have? my fern is making, or at least one of its new branches is making a debut here today. I really felt that I was supposed to turn the pot so that it could come in. So I feel like maybe fern and fern energy is something someone may benefit from looking up the energies of fern. We have awakening. Awakening. And at the bottom it says, I am joyously awake and aware and ready for anything. And there's a butterfly in here as well. I would say it's feeling like there's this importance of being grounded during this time for you, this awakening. Rest is going to be important, but also just being able to be really grounded, spend time with nature. And it's interesting because the flowers, and I'll show you again and see if, you know, what I'm feeling from these little white ones over here are lilies of the valley. You may want to look that up, see if there's anything in that that resonates with you. The forget-me-nots is what this makes me think of. And I don't know if that's what this is supposed to be, but it makes me think of a yellow tulip. So lily of the valley, the tulip, and forget-me-nots. Awakening. Okay, we have voyage. I am safe in love no matter where I am. So for some of you, you can literally be going on a trip, whether it's a vacation or a business or moving, but there's something, I would say also that it could be something of great distance, could be geographically, but it could also have to do with this awakening. Literally just talking about that new journey, going from where you've been to something completely new, but knowing that you are safe in your journey. Ooh, I almost dropped that. Joy and ecstasy flow through me wildly and freely. So I feel like whatever this is for you, it does hold potential to make you very happy. And then we have inspiration. I am receiving divine inspiration right now. Again, heavenly signs and receiving divine inspiration. And she's up on a mountain. We have, again, with water. And again, with this, this is movement. So I feel like for some of you, there could be, you may end up having a lot of things shift and change all at one time. And it can, you know, it can, we got truth. I live my truth on the bottom of the deck. You could have a lot happening all at once, and that can feel overwhelming. Could feel like there's going to be a lot of ups and downs because we have the mountains here, and she's almost at the top of one. And it looks like she's got some behind her, that meaning she's already traveled those. What else do we have? Thank you. Okay, so for some of you, you may be feeling quite frustrated, and they're saying having this positive outlook is going to be very important for you at this time. And trust me, I get that being in that positive mindset can be very challenging at times. And sometimes we just, instead of trying to make ourselves be positive, right? It is, and this might not be for everybody. Sometimes if, if we're in a state where we're really feeling challenged, we're really just, I'm hearing worn out, sometimes it's, even if we can't get to the positive side, it's striving to get to that place of, at least of neutrality, where you can be peaceful. I hope that makes sense. I feel like that's for somebody. I'm looking around because there's a deck. There's something that they're wanting my attention. Okay. We're going to pull out this one, the Energy Oracle. I feel like it's been a while since I've used these. I could be wrong, but let's see what comes up. One more. And the split. All right. What else do we have? Thank you. Interesting. 7th chakra. And it's 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. So crown chakra. So we have that along with the awakening. So some of you may be getting an activation in your crown. Some of you may be just expanding. And I don't mean just as in, some of you may be expanding in your abilities or strength in your crown chakra. Some of you, it's awakening. And Goddess of the Moon and Door to Romance is on the bottom of the deck. I don't know where to put this. My table's kind of full. Okay. So Goddess of the Moon, she's very in tune with moon cycles. So you may want to look up maybe what is your moon sign. You may want to look up phases of the moon. And some people I know have like, they keep track of the moon cycles and where they are spiritually and emotionally, what's going on in their life. You can do moon journals. They have moon journals. But she's very in tune with moon energy. She's very in tune with her emotions. Because, you know, a lot of times moon energy, we look at the moon as far as like in tarot, as frequently it can mean that there's things that are hidden, things that are unknown. But she's very in tune with that. I mean, she's literally has the moon in her hands, and it almost like shows it indefinitely in one phase, but it gives the suggestion of its various stages, which to me is saying she is in tune with it in those various stages, which could be what the awakening with the crown chakra may end up either being influenced by, or may end up being like your area of focus for a while. Take it how it resonates. Leave the rest, obviously. All right, where are we going from here? All right. So let me see. Just a minute. I got to reach some cards. Okay. Sorry, forgot to put that back on. So, I was led to pull out these 3 Cheryl Richardson decks. We have her self-care cards. my daily affirmation cards and her grace cards. Okay, sorry about that. I threw everything out of whack. Okay. So, I don't know if anyone else is feeling this way, but I've just really been feeling like a time to slow down, a time to, it's not even like it's time, it's for me, it's not like it doesn't feel like, okay, it's time for an introspection or it's time for a healing session. It's feeling quite literally like, no, it's just a time to rest and relax. And it could be if things are going to be shifting quickly and maybe a variety of things at one time. For some of you, maybe that's why I had mentioned rest, I think, earlier, is that it feels like almost like getting your energy to optimal levels so that you can be ready whenever anything shifts, because it's going to take energy. All right, what do we have? We have love and surprise. Share your heart to love another is the ultimate expression of grace. That's what's on the back of the heart. Or I'm sorry, love card. And then we have, again, surprise. Keep an open mind. The influence of grace is often found in unexpected places. So it feels like, maybe you have a very battered view of love. Maybe you have a very battered heart due to experiences. Maybe you've already worked through that, but it's still kind of like, I'm literally heard the word on a precipice of change. Because if you notice here, it's sitting right on the edge of this cliff. And there's all this water and emotion flowing all around it. I mean, that's a waterfall. That's a lot of rapid movement, but it's on a very steady space. So for a lot of you, I feel like you've already done a lot of the work on the healing and all of that. This is just talking about there's something that's going to surprise you. And I feel like it's something that can bring a lot of love, a lot of happiness, a lot of joy. But it's not something of what you expected. I don't know if that makes sense to you or not, but that's what came through. All right. What else? What else do we have? Thank you. Support. So offer your support to someone. Experience the joy of serving others. So this is true, but I'm also getting very much that this is about you supporting yourself and you asking for support. Now I'll hold this up again so you can get a better look, but there's actually a lion here and then a cat that she's petting, a regular domesticated household cat. But can you see the lion over here? And then she's petting the cat. So, you know, some of you may need, oh, look at that. This stayed on the table when I picked up this deck. Is it 2 cards? No. I feel like it's 2 cards here, but I guess it's only 1. All right. It says Invoke, and it says see past. It is 2 cards. Okay. Ask for a blessing. There is an endless supply of divine support. Again, support awaiting your request. So I feel like for some of you, there is, you're being told that at your fingertips, you have this ability to invoke, to bring forward support for yourself, to meet you where you are, to meet whatever it is you need. And even if you don't know what it is you need, the divine, God, source, spirit, universe, whatever that is for you, knows exactly what you need, right? Invoking and asking for support and help in whatever you have coming your way that is best aligned for you. And underneath that was perception, which I find it interesting that they were stuck together, and I couldn't see it when I turned them this way. I couldn't see it, but then I would, yeah, eventually it made itself known. So it could mean that there's a hidden perception that you have, maybe, that is something for you to look at. See the past through the lens of grace. All that occurs is designed to support, again, the word support, our spiritual evolution. So what I find interesting is because I couldn't see that for a while, and it wasn't until I started to read Invoke, and then I started to read what I thought was the back of the Invoke card, but it was actually the back of the perception card, that then it was almost like it shifted unperceivably to me, to my naked eye, until I turned it then, and it was like, oh yeah, see, it did shift. So I feel like there's some sort of a shift happening that maybe you're not believing it's shifting. Maybe you don't see it happening, and so you're assuming that it's not happening. It has something to do with the past. This could be past this life, past lives. There could also be this I really feel, so I just had this huge yawn, and I really feel like it is this, there's a letting go of something from the past that has just been holding you back, holding you down. It's been very heavy. And even if you're not aware of that, right, you can invoke asking for support and help and assistance to shift your perception, bring to your conscious awareness what it is that it would be best for you to process and let go of at this time so that you can move forward. Maybe it's asking for support to help you to get through this awakening process. You know, maybe you're just feeling really, really drained, and you're just needing some support to get through that. Maybe you're feeling confused. Maybe you're, you know, whatever it is for you, right? I just saw the word peace, the card that has the word peace on it, stuck out to me, that went flying by in the shuffle there. So maybe for some of you are desiring to invoke, or maybe could use the suggestion to consider to call in and invoke having inner peace. Let's see what else we have. But we've got ask 3 cards in a row, talking about support. I notice the beauty of nature every day, and it feeds my soul in delightful and delicious ways. Note again, to me, that's moon energy there. That doesn't look like it's in the sun. That looks like nighttime moon, which we talked about here with the goddess of the moon. I don't know if you can hear that. My dog's having a good time just rolling around over there, being crazy. She just did a really good stretch, and now she's kind of just rolling around on the floor, and I feel like maybe that's something that would be really good for some of you. Maybe, that's funny. I was just going to say, maybe that would be good for some of you, maybe to do some stretching, movement, and it can be gentle, it can be slow, it doesn't have to be hyper crazy. It can, if that's what makes you feel good, if that's what you enjoy. But I really am getting that this is for many of you, this really is a shift that you would benefit greatly being very gentle with yourself. Anyway, the card here says, I honor my health by resting, and I think I said something about rest somewhere earlier, eating well and moving every day. So, there the dog, Miss Lady here was, yes, you, my darling. She was sharing with us a message. Where'd you, baby girl? Yeah. And again, she wasn't playing tug of war or anything, or playing with any of the other dogs. She was just stretching, really deep stretching, and then just decided to do a good roll around. And I feel like that's something that would be very beneficial for you. So some sort of gentle movement, maybe just literally just stretching, or some yoga, or both. Which I realize yoga is stretching, but I mean, there's also just stretching. I love my home, and my home loves me. So for some of you, maybe if you don't feel that, that's not how you feel about it. Maybe there are some things that it would be beneficial for you to maybe look into that, of like, okay, so what would help me to feel more loved in my home, in my environment? And, I realize that if we have other people that we live with and stuff, of course we have to, be in that community space if that's where we're choosing to be. But we can choose to do some things that can shift the energy for ourselves. For some of you, it may be a good idea to, we got water, and then rain, which is again water. And I'm not being drawn to the words, I'm being drawn to the fact that water is present in all 3 of these. So if you live by an ocean and a beach, and it's seasonable, where you can actually go out there and, just get wet. You don't have to go in deep. You don't, or just being on the sand and the sun, and with the wind and the water. But, and if you don't, or it's just not seasonable for you to do that, of course, there is always being able to have a sea salt bath. And if you're going to do a sea salt bath and you're feeling adventurous, you could also throw in a cup of baking soda, as this will pull toxins from your body for the sea salt part. But it would also, the baking soda part is a good way to cleanse your aura. And I would suggest not staying in it more than 15 minutes or so, because in that, if it's a nice warm bath, right, that draws, it opens our pores and it draws all those toxins out. After a certain amount of time, though, then we do the reverse. After we've been in there for 15 minutes or so, then if you stay in longer, then we actually start to absorb it back in. So we don't want to do that. But then, yeah, rinse it off. So that may be helpful. And yeah, this is what I have for you guys at this time. So I hope you found this message helpful. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up if this video resonates with you. We hope that you become a part of our channel if it resonates with you. So, you know, thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and share. All of these things do help me. They help the channel, and they help us to help each other. Until next time, guys. Bye.